Hey, this is Control Zero. I'm going to show you how to do a very quick Nidalee first clear while starting Spear. So the general idea behind starting Spear is that it was, first of all, it was recently buffed so that it does a whole lot more damage early on, which helps a whole lot. And if you're going to start Gromp, which I think is the best way since it's the clearest path to do a full clear, you don't need the AoE damage from your pounce. So the single target damage from your what's it called, takedown, is quite a bit better in this case. You don't get the extra speed from jumping on things from far away, so it's a little inefficient there, but in this case I think it's better. And then for second level, you also want to take heal. Let me pause real quick. You want to take heal because I'm running 80, partially because I'm running 80 marks, so the attack speed you get from the heal is quite a bit better with that, and also because you want to have that extra effective health, which helps you clear later on, where you don't have to be quite so worried about dying, because you have that extra health from healing. So let me get to the mechanics of actually doing this route. It's at least for the fastest clear, it's pretty mechanically intensive, but if you want to clear like, I don't know, around 10 seconds slower, and it'll still be pretty fast if you do that. You can mess up a few times and it'll be fine. And I'll try to show where you can mess up and still be okay, and like what you can change to make it more foolproof in case you mess up somewhere along the way. And we'll be doing this camp by camp, so it'll be Gromp, Blue, etc. So you start off, you want to wait in this bush for Gromp. Extra distance gives you more damage on Spear. Also, you want to be in the bush because it gives you movement speed going there. And then for throwing the Spear, you'll notice how this guy just spawned. There's background noise, but you'll see this guy spawn, then you'll see the little green frog spawn over here. And there's kind of a rhythm. There's like a boop, boop. You want to throw your Spear kind of as like a third beat to that. So we go boop, boop. And then I throw it a little late here, but that's just because I don't want to have to do this all over again. You see, you can watch this. Let's go back and watch that again. So I'll give you like a play-by-play here. So slow this down. You want to throw in leave an auto there before you go and smite, auto Q, and kite it back to avoid some damage. And then every time you switch back to human form, basically without fail, you want to get in that little cougar auto first because it's basically free. You want to Spear, 2 autos, auto Q, and then here, auto human form. If you manage to miss an auto somewhere along the way, like say you Spear, you're walking up and you miss the auto on it before you go into cougar form because you're going too fast or whatever reason, you can actually fit in another auto right here when you shift back, and you will not take any more damage. So that makes taking this camp pretty simple as long as you don't like miss a takedown or something, which would be pretty unfortunate. So anyway, on to the next camp. Let's watch it in normal speed. Okay, so I've just done the Spear. You don't want to kite this camp back too much. Like you can definitely kite it to around here, although then it gets about pretty iffy because it starts the patience starts going low. But it's doable, and you can throw the Spear from much closer. But again, in this specific case with these runes and masteries, throwing it from around here is optimal because it gives you about the perfect damage to clear it in 3 spears without taking extra autos from it as you're finishing it off. So you want to Spear from here, you walk up and you want to auto heal. You don't want to heal. Okay, first of all you heal, right? Then you want to walk up and you want to auto. And you want to heal right afterwards. You want to try to like make the heal take as little time as possible, because right now all you're really trying to do is get in 2 autos, getting off your combo, and going back out to Spear again as fast as possible. Because as I said, this clear, at least at the beginning, is really reliant on throwing your spears out as soon as they get off cooldown. And this is the This is probably where you could get like an extra second or lose a second based on how fast you can animation cancel and switch between forms here. So anyway, you wanna and you don't wanna heal on while you're walking here because that'll pause your character for a little bit. You wanna heal between autos. So if we slow this down, see heal, auto heal, and you wanna rake, auto Q, or I don't know what that's called. Hold up, if you check. Swipe, and you'll see spear, auto. This is basically what you do every time. Swipe, auto Q, go back out, auto. You want to kite it out. You can kite it up because you'll take less damage and you'll bring it closer to that. Then here, pretty important. You want to, assuming that you've got it below 400 health basically at this point, you want to auto these back two guys. Because then you won't have to deal with them afterwards, and that can take a few seconds off your clear. That's also the reason you want to throw the spear from back here, because it almost will always get this guy, as long as you don't miss any animation cancels, it'll almost always get this guy below 400s, where you can safely go in, swipe, auto Q. Another thing is that you'll see every time I swipe, I go pretty close to him. That's because I really need to get the back two minions in the swipe. If you don't get the back two minions in your swipe, it'll really slow down your clear, because swipe basically means that you're getting, if you can get them in your swipe, it basically means you're getting a free auto on each of them. So that's, what, 6 whole autos that you get, kind of for free, just by managing to land that every time. Okay, so anyway, on to the next camp. So anyway, here we go. One more thing, you can avoid taking damage. It'll also slow down your clear, but you can avoid taking damage if, instead of way back here autoing those two little golems, I don't know what they're called, sentinels maybe, before you go in for the final swipe auto Q combo, you can not do, okay, let's go back so I can show you this. So basically, I'll show you here. So basically, see here, auto, I shouldn't have taken this hit, that was silly, but anyway, here, auto Q, instead of going back out and going back in to get that extra auto in, you can just go back out, switch to human form, and then auto from there once, and you'll miss the cougar form auto damage, but it won't get that extra hit on you. And then instead of autoing these back sentinels, like here, instead of autoing these back two sentinels once each, you would just auto this big guy twice, and then you'd kill each of those individually with 2 autos, and it would slow down your clear by 2 autos worth of time, but it'll make it so you take 2 less hits from the golem, which can be important if you don't want to back after you full clear, or if you aren't too confident that you can avoid other damage later on. So anyways, that's a way to avoid less damage here. And also, if you don't manage to get him low enough for whatever reason, you can also put the 2 autos on him instead of on the golems, and then just kill them with autos after you combo this guy down, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, tell me and I'll try to explain it better. Anyway, onto this camp. If you really know what you're doing, you can actually, and you have spear up, like, I'm pretty sure spear just came off cooldown when I threw it here, so it's not really, doesn't matter, but if you really know what you're doing, you can throw a spear from around here and you can hit, but it's pretty hard. I recommend just walking up, waiting until you see it, then doing spear. One thing that I should mention, if you can't hit the spears on the creatures you need to, you can't really do this clear. It's pretty dependent on that. Sometimes you can get away with, like, maybe spearing a little wolf somewhere, and you can make up for it by fitting in a couple extra autos, but in general, missing spears, pretty big no-no. Anyway, so you want to spear this guy, auto him once, and then this is big. You want to make sure the rake hits both of these guys, and you want to auto Q, and then auto. You notice, okay, you can't see it. And you want to auto, okay, here you don't, I'll show you afterwards, but I only autoed once before I went back in. That's because you want to get between forms as fast as possible. So you want to rake Q. So I did not explain that very well, so let's go back and do it again. So spear, auto, rake, auto Q. Make sure you hit all of them with the rake. I missed the auto there. That's not super important, but it's good to hit. Auto. Then here, you only want to auto once because you want to... The second auto doesn't actually matter in terms of doing the clear if you do everything correctly, and you want to get switch between forms as fast as possible, because really you need to get to cougar form again after you do this quickly. And I'll show you. So rake, and you just back out. You don't really hit them here, and you want to put one auto on each of these guys, kind of like with the sentinels. And then see, this is why you want to get in cougar form as quickly as possible, because you want to get that rake and hit all of them. Because it's super efficient to rake instead of like autoing them all to death or spearing one, autoing one, queuing one. And one thing you can do if you are trying to make this more foolproof is you can auto this guy twice every time after you spear him. So like the first spear you'll auto him twice, second spear you'll auto him twice, and then you won't need to do that. You see how my yeah, you see how my Q is on cooldown because I took down the big guy after I raked. You won't need to use that Q on him because he'll die just from the rake. And then if you manage to miss an auto on any one of these guys at any point, or like you miss a rake early on one of these guys, then you can just Q whatever stragglers left over. But again, it'll add like maybe 1-2 seconds to your clear, but it makes it more foolproof. Anyway, so let's go to the next game. So let's go through that slowly. So you want to throw your spear as soon as you can shift forms, and then you got to be right about here to jump. This jump's kind of hard actually. You got to be careful. And then with the rake, you want to make sure you hit all three of them with the rake. It's pretty important. And then you want to switch forms, put your trap down as fast as possible, and then jump as fast as possible. And then jump again because you get the reset. And the jump will give you another reset because you kill things, and then boom. You want to rake, auto Q, and that should kill it. This one is, I think, mechanically more simple than the other ones. The only main thing to look out for is the first time is making this jump, and then you don't want to use your E immediately. You want to wait till the three little raptors get close enough where your E will hit them all, and then you want to E. Okay, anyway. On the next game. So let's watch that again. Watch the end of that. Okay, so a spear. This jump is also hard. You want to make sure you hug the wall. And okay, so there, I backed out a little bit so I could hit the rake on these three. That's a consistent thing you want to do, is you want to be able to hit your, that's what it's called, right? Your swipe. Sorry. You want to be able to hit your swipe on all the creatures, because if you don't, it'll really slow down your clear. And then you want to smite as early as possible so that your takedown will be doing more damage, since it does percentage health damage. Or it does more damage based on how low the target is. Percentage missing health. And you want to switch immediately and kite him. You want to kite him this way, because if you kite him another way, there's less like the little, what are these guys? I don't know what they're called. These little red dudes will spread out more. Red lizard people. I don't know. They'll spread out more, and it'll be harder to hit them with your AoE stuff. So you want to kite them, and then when he's about here, you want to throw another spear. Hit everything with the rake, auto Q, and then it's not worth it to do a second jump back, even though you get the reset, because it'll take you over here, and then you have to walk all the way over here. So you basically just want to switch forms and auto each of these once. You can see I autoed that one, and because of red buff will die, I don't have to worry about autoing again. And on the next camp. Okay, so you want to throw a spear. You want to be in this bush basically when you throw a spear, because you don't want this guy to trail too far out, because you really need to hit him with AoEs in order to make the clear fast, or fast like really fast, as fast as it is. So you want to throw one you're about here, and you want to jump immediately. You don't want to fit an auto or anything. You can maybe do that, and it might make it more efficient, but this way you basically guarantee that this guy won't go wandering too far away. And this is all kind of standard stuff. You swipe, auto Q, go to human form, auto, and you want to kite them this way. And you want to auto this guy the whole time. And then you want to spear this. The reason you kite them this way is so you can spear this guy. Because you'll notice that if you like kite him another way and you purposely try to spear this guy every time, the little Krug will always have a decent amount of health after you kill the big one, and your Q will be up when the big one's at like an auto attack's wave damage, so you're kind of wasting damage there. So you basically want to spear this guy instead, so that he'll be low enough that you can finish him off with 1 or 0 autos, depending on how well you hit your AoEs. After this guy dies. But even though you're spearing him, you're still going for this guy. You'll see I got really low there. If you're going to do this clear, it basically means that you're either going to back right afterwards, or like this exact clear. You're going to back right afterwards, or maybe if you're feeling extra risky, you can, and you know this isn't warded, or like your bot lane's pushing them in, and you're pretty sure their jungler's up here. Maybe you can go get Scuttle afterwards, then back. You can potentially invade their jungle, like if they gank up here in the meantime. You can definitely do these 2 camps without dying. But if you're doing this clear, there's a very low chance that you'll be able to gank or invade because of how low you get. Yeah, 301. So I'll show that one more time. Actually, let's go about not there, not there, not there. Okay. So here, spear, auto jump. And here you want to E and jump at about the same time, because that'll kind of cancel the E animation. You want to try to make sure that, again, both your E and your pounce hit your swipe and your pounce hit both of the Krugs. And to finish off, you want to auto Q the big one, and that should kill it. And you can shapeshift and kill this guy, and you're golden.